I was really sad to miss it.
Yeah.
So how many of us are going to the rally and are not driving, or possibly not driving?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think I'm also taking birthday, so it would be 3 in the back seat.
Okay, cool. At 11, which is in 50 minutes, we'll meet at the parking lot. Any other announcements?
You think these are yours?
Sure. I'll take them and then we can bargain later. We can't afford to lose these forests. To the northeast is Humboldt Redwood State Park, and the little bit of old-growth redwood that is left is now protected, but it's still being affected by drought and by climate change. And part of the function of this forest, in addition to just taking care of itself, is that it collects fog, and that helps the inland redwoods survive. It's part of the moisture they need. It's good to be home. I'm currently sitting 100 feet up in an ancient Douglas fir tree on a 4x8 sheet of plywood on a little platform with active clear cutting going on really close to us. This is the biggest tree in this immediate area. We've had squirrels and mice visit us, so we keep our food in buckets. This is our kale garden right here. It's our pantry with canned food. Sorry, it's kind of a mess, but so this is the main platform, and then I don't know if you can see up there, there's a smaller platform. The 2 other tree sitters that were defending this watershed this summer were on Humboldt Redwood Company land. Humboldt Redwood Company, which is a so-called sustainable timber company, was denying this person who was in a tree sit food and water, sent a climber up with a chainsaw and a handsaw who cut down all of their supplies and cut their connections to other trees, and then monitored the tree 24/7 to prevent anyone from resupplying them, and arrested the people who tried to. I was actually arrested trying to resupply them at one point, and they tackled me to prevent me from giving this person food and water.
What's up, homies?
Double pulley?
I'm ready to move around.
Yeah, buddy!
And then just come down and demonstrate the descent on the way down.
This one left. So now we got to hook in, so we have our 2 points of safety.
My first political argument with my mother was in the 90s, talking about the northern spotted owl and logging and what was happening here in Northern California. And my mother was like, the workers need their jobs, you know, the loggers need the jobs. And I agreed with that as well. I mean, we're from a working class family, but I also had the experience of really connecting with nature. And so I was on the other side of the argument, being like, no, we need to protect the spotted owl. We need the salmon.
Yeah, you might find that, like, you have tough hands. You might find that you don't
And
want
so
to,
understanding the history of what's happened here with the logging wars and with headwaters and the protections of the redwoods, that was always something that was in the back of my mind that was like, yeah, those people have the right idea.
Back up! Back up now or you're going to jail.
Stop! What are you doing? Hey!
We're on public property.
Stop! This is fucking... No, son!
We have like 18 gallons of water here. There's 6 here and more downstairs. My hope is that we won't be able to be put under siege in this spot. We have a bunch of trees tied together. It would take a lot more work to prevent this spot from being resupplied.
In a healthy forest or ecosystem, you would have a diversity of trees, like the hardwoods, the conifers, all intermingled together. We're currently in an area that they performed hack and squirt herbiciding. They want to like destroy all the other like hardwoods, right, like the tan oaks, because they're saying like that stuff's encroaching on their like monocrop, which is Douglas fir. And so they do this little cut with a hatchet, and then they just like get like a little like pin thing and like pump it with their chemicals in there, and then it kills it. At first it drops all the leaves, and it just stands there until it eventually falls over in the wind. All the dead standing trees here are hardwoods such as tan oak or madrone, and it's to allow the Doug fir to grow and receive all the sunlight. They can grow in shade, but they would grow faster in full sun. Just destroy everything around it to allow monocropping and creating a tree plantation.
You see what a mess this leaves. Like all of this sediment that we're walking on is so loose. And this is all just gonna go zoop right down here into this watershed. And it's just gonna continue downstream and right into the Mattole, which is like just at the bottom of this hill, pretty much. Yeah, so this is like a stack of madrone, which they'll probably like chip it and turn it into particle board. They don't find it valuable like they do with the Doug fir, so.
I think that generally within the forest defense community, people agree that there's a demand for timber and logging needs to happen, but especially clear-cut logging doesn't need to happen. Climate change is this really pressing issue that's only getting more dire every day. Scientists are scrambling to find ways to sequester carbon, but meanwhile we're clear-cutting the Earth's natural carbon sinks. I'm really glad to be back here doing what the state should be doing, preventing logging companies from decimating like really beautiful areas. I'm really enjoying the breeze right now, and I feel like I'm cradled by the big old branches in this tree.